Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another video, and today I'll be checking out a track by Distant that features 16 vocalists on it. So it's gonna be an interesting track. It's called Argent Justice. I will link the video I'll be using in this reaction in the description. I am gonna stop talking and we are gonna get straight into it because I'm very interested to see what this will be like. This is the longest list. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that flow. There's so much to vocally take in, but there's more than that. Super eerie. Hermes, you know that voice. Ooh. Gorgeous use of those vocals. Hold on. Oh! Kept that eeriness. Oh, this is slow down. Instrumentals are what's really doing it for me too, which is very moody. Whew. Distant, Argent Justice, let's discuss. So, of course, having 16 features on this track is something that provides a lot of variety in the sorts of screams that you're getting, and while that's appreciated, for me, I was really digging all of the use of synths and sort of the atmosphere of this track, the things that were going on beyond the vocals, which were obviously a huge draw to this track for a lot of people. And while I think it was well done and that it flows very well for a track with 17 vocalists on it, which is a crazy amount. Like, I think it would be easy for the actual song to be taken away from and sound sort of chaotic with that much going on if it wasn't thought out very well. Also, only being 7 minutes for having that many features and being able to have it not be kind of too over the top feeling to really revisit. It didn't feel that way to me, especially with what was pulling me in instrumentally. I think a lot of relying on those synths and stuff and bringing over that eeriness that you got throughout the track, but into the breakdown and that sort, well, one of the breakdowns, I should say, that sort of stuff is a bigger draw to me in this than it would be if it were more straightforward. Maybe it would need like a bit more focus on riffs and things. Not saying that there weren't any riffs on this track that stuck out or anything, but I think it would need more of a focus there than just being like, transitioning through vocalists and making that work. It would need to have the instrumental pull to kind of make it a 7-minute track I'm going to come back to, and I do feel like that happened. Also, getting that sort of variation vocally where you can pick out a few that stick out to you the most, but nothing really struck me as this doesn't really fit the quality of the rest of the vocalists, or this part seems like it should be on a different song. It didn't really flow with this. And I was wondering too with Aaron, when I mentioned Aaron Matz, because a lot of the time his flow with 1056 and even before, and very much so now that he's doing 1056 and they have those sort of or I guess they've really been writing their music around the fact that he can have like that flow that's almost rap-like even when screaming and stuff, but it worked right into the track. It wasn't anything that made it too different to where his feature doesn't fit. And I'm not totally familiar with all 16 vocalists who featured on this track, so that's not to say there's not something similar in there. That was just one of the things that stuck out to me upon reading who was involved and knowing what I know of Distance discography. So having this many different sounds kind of wrapped up into something cohesive is definitely impressive, a task that probably wasn't super simple, but I will do revisiting to this. And I think what I was just saying before I got so off topic is, like, sometimes I'll hear a track that has instrumentation I'm really drawn to, like this one does, but vocally it will just have some parts where it gets a little bit samey for me, or you know, something along those lines, and I don't think that will be an issue here. So I'm interested to see how much I'll end up revisiting and that stuff. So on first listen, I'm definitely impressed. I think vocally it stuck out to me in different places, having, you know, there were some parts that I was like, oh, I love this, like the screams here, the tone here, this is like for me. And then there were parts that I obviously wasn't as drawn to, but having that carry in the background of synths and some eerie melodies going, that will be a driving factor. So those are my thoughts after first listen. I was kind of expecting it to be more of a track I listened to, and I'm like, oh wow, this is insane. They did this wild vocal feature where they went off the rails with everything vocally, and kind of be focusing on that. But I was surprised by what really stuck out to me on this. So let me know what you thought in the comments. I'm sure there will be some people who do not feel that way about the synth related stuff, because they want that heavier in your face, especially with some of the stuff I've heard in Distance discography. Why I mentioned it would need more reliance on like riffs and stuff like that, because there are tracks where that would be more of something that they used as, I don't want to say a pillar in the song, and it didn't feel like that was really, I'm not sure where I'm going anymore, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I will link the video that I used in the reaction, which tells you, I noticed, if you pay attention to it, it brings up the logo for the band of whoever is doing vocals at that portion, which was really helpful with so many features. So that may be of use to anyone who was hoping to pick out a vocalist at any point or anything like that. So that will all be in the description, all of Distance social media promotional links. You can also find my link tree, which will have the invite for the Discord server that I bring up in every video. That is where our community is based. It'll have the new Patreon link, which I just rolled out Patreon recently. I've been having a ton of fun working on the content for that. It will have my Instagram profile link. I post all music related content on there. Just various links that provide links to go to. Those are the words that I plan to say for sure. Anyway, all that can be found in the description. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.